In here, shall we? Ready for the grind? Love to play first. Control for days. Turn 1 Deathrite. Keep. Yeah, Unearth is interesting, especially with 4 Snapcaster Mages. Hey, regular expression with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're enjoying what you see here, always remember subscriptions are the best way you can show your support. Opponent chose not to shuffle there. We're gonna go ahead and ponder. See what we find. Yeah, that sounds great. I don't know what my opponent's doing, but hemming them on 2 is probably good. I think I'm fine drawing the force here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to draw the Volk, right? If I drew the Volk, I'm not going to be able to snap Ponder next turn unless they crack a fetch. So yeah, I think I should have stacked it so I was drawing the Volk next turn. I guess we can always like play Deathrite and like pass with Bolt Up, but like that's less efficient than snapping Ponder. Opponent's playing Storm, so the turn 1 having the force next turn might be good. Joe just like basically took a break from Magic for a while, I think. I know he took a break from streaming for a long while. I don't know if he was still playing PTs or GPs. I know he wasn't playing Opens, but hopefully after hemming away a land and a ritual, we don't die here. And then, like, with Force plus Deathrite Shaman up, we should be in a good spot for next turn. This deck does play a lot of Fair Magic, you're not wrong. Oh, geez, please don't Cabal Therapy me. Please don't Cabal Therapy me. Please don't Cabal Therapy me. Yeah, he just started back up. Fuck. So long, Snapcaster Mage. Do this, pass the turn here. And then I guess, technically speaking, once we draw the Volk that's on top of our deck, we'll have hardcast Force up with the 2 Deathrite Shamans. We know the next card in our deck's a Volcanic Island. Punish for my sequencing a little bit here. Yep, good stuff. Gonna die. I'm just tutoring for... Okay, then we're gonna go Ritual, Ritual, and then another tutor. Am I dead? Just like have the Past in Flames. This is just exactly enough for the get another tutor and then Tendrils kill you. All right. Some sideboard cards in. Null, Flusterstorm, Invasive Surgery, all good. Red Elemental Blast is fine. Push is pretty bad. True-Name is slow. Strix doesn't seem stellar. K-Command is pretty bad, right? Minister of Pain seems fine in case they go on the Goblins plan against us. Unearth doesn't seem great. Oh, Dead Gone doesn't do anything, right? Maybe leave these true names in. My blue count, probably plenty. Yeah, way more than enough. I could have Unearth. Probably don't want to draw 2 of those ever. I have surgical extractions too. Surgical's like not amazing, but it's fine. I don't think so, Shage. Usually they don't play out their artifacts super proactively against us. Seems a little medium. You get to Surgery their first cantrip though, and then probably play Leovold on 3. I like being really resource efficient in the early turns against decks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and Invasive Surgery this probe here, so that way they can't Cabal Therapy me. I guess I could just hit the Therapy, but this way they don't get to draw a card. The only way we get punished for this is they have second probe into Therapy. Next turn I get to Brainstorm one of these Leovolds away. Hopefully play like a Deathrite Shaman or have another counterspell to hold up. Opponent chose not to shuffle on the cantrip. Looking for another land ideally here, so we can play this Leovold on 3. Perfect. Put these 2 back. Go fetch a Trop with this and cast this Deathrite Shaman. And then next turn, we'll have cast Leovold plus hold up Invasive Surgery off the Deathrite Shaman activation. So hopefully our opponent doesn't kill us this turn. It does. Actually, it's funny. Some of these decks were playing 1 to 2 Mindbreak traps in the board, Klutz, because that way, when you got targeted by the tendrils, you could draw a bunch of cards and like draw into your Mindbreak traps to just trap their tendrils. Which is like actually kind of sweet. No, I think it was Reed Duke had it in his sideboard at one of the Legacy Grand Prix. Yeah, definitely. Dead. Less likely to die on turn 2. Dead. And again, like, you could make an argument that, like, I should hold up this Invasive Surgery here instead of playing the Deathrite Shaman, but I think, like, not advancing our board is worse for us. It's always dead on 2. And the people, there's going to be plenty of people in chat that'll just be, like, results-based thinking. They're like, you should, like, hold up your stuff here, but if you play scared and, like, always play around everything, you're gonna lose more games than you win by playing scared, is basically what it comes down to. Alright, it's a lot of goblins. It could have gone worse. I get a couple of tries here. I have 2 Minister of Pains in my deck. So we're gonna snap Minister of Pain, or snap Brainstorm here. That's unfortunate. The fact that we didn't even get a shuffle there means I don't get an extra look. Like, we're only get to see 2 more cards this next turn. Survey says All right. I get to put these two back again. Then I can crack this fetch and I get 3 frost shots at a Minister of Pain. Has to be in here. We're out of mana. Good. Bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. While we're waiting for the next match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hogan. We're hanging out playing some Legacy this evening. We're kicking the tires on Joe Lissette's 4-color control deck. That's a variation on the check pile archetype, as it's better known in Legacy. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those help support myself financially directly so I can spend more time producing content like this and less time doing other things. You also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on all of your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you could save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you get your 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves with them. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month with them. Just waiting for the next match in our league to pop here. Yeah, I think playing the Deathrite Shaman is fine there. And again, like, whether or not we needed to hold up the Invasive Surgery that turn doesn't make the play objectively right or wrong. I think Ant's percentage of going off on turn 2, especially when we've taken a card away from them, is much lower than, like, say, Test or a more aggressive combo deck. And playing the Deathrite Shaman allows us to advance our board a lot better, which is what we want to do. Like, if we get back to our 3rd turn, we get to untap and, like, have a much better chance of actually winning the game, as opposed to just, like, playing scared the entire time. Not very. We have lost far more matches of Magic than we have won. The memes have been mostly dreams tonight. Because you can unearth Minister of Pain to repeatedly kill things like opposing True-Name Nemesises. And against decks like Elves, so you can sweep them again and again and again. Playing 2 copies of this card in the main deck. It's a Reanimator deck. Oh, God bless, something fair. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to grind. Same room. It's actually almost the exact same physical location. We just pivoted the desks. So I set up a larger desk. And actually, I've been sitting for a while, and the kids are upstairs. Let's stand up. All right, time to grow, children. I think we're just hemming them, right? They have 3 cards in their hand. Just don't daze me, bro. Same stuff as always. I mean, they've all been donation deck lists, so you could argue that I haven't actually burned any of my own tickets. It's literally the exact same room as before, so like, if it was fine before, the audio is fine now. Yep. Did they got a true name or something here? Now, swinging back. Looking for a land. Would go black, green, blue. Yeah, that's probably fine. I guess I probably want to Fatal Push their Deathrite Shaman, actually, right? I'm gonna draw the Fatal Push this turn. Kill this. That way they can't Jace me next turn. I did get a sit stand dusk. Well, the real Jeff Hoagland, please say exactly, so you understand. We played an all-in Narset combo deck in Modern. We played a mono red Stompy deck in Legacy. We played a Tooth and Nail deck in Modern. Wow, this is gonna be gross. Check this out. Let's get back Snapcaster Mage with this Unearth. And then him to Tourach, my opponent. Take the last 2 cards out of their hand. God, Joe's a genius. Like, this deck is certainly worse against Storm than Grixis Delver is, but this deck just, like, has to be double Jace the Mind Sculptor. Whew. Whew. Nice. Nice card. Man, that's good. What are we eating here? My Fatal Push? Sure. What if I Snapcast... Oh, that doesn't work like that. What if I Snapcast or Unearth my Deathrite Shaman? Is that good? Is it good for you, opponent? It's good for me. Rawr. Were you hoping to grind me out, opponent? What if I him to Tourach you, and then Unearth Snapcastered him to Tourach you? Can you feel the grind? Feel it grit along your body, opponent? Oh, nice ponder. It'd be a shame if I had this Leovold card in play. Sure. Casting cantrips is so enjoyable, opponent. It'd be a damn shame if only I got to do that and you didn't. So I can do this and this. And then I can Fatal Push this. And then Snapcaster Fatal Push this. And just like stick it deep inside my opponent here. Just all the way up inside their body. You didn't need these Deathrite Shamans, did you, opponent? What if I told you there were 4 Snapcaster Mages in my deck, opponent? 4 Snapcaster Mages. It's Volcanic Island. This is just... Am I allowed to show this on Twitch? Am my account gonna get flagged? This feels like cruel and unusual. Put my third Snapcaster Mage on the table. Are we done here? Oh, we're done. Weird. Strange. What a close game of Magic the Gathering. And of course, our deck just has like mono more grind elements in the board. And by mono, I mean 3 more. Actually, that's perfect, right? I just get to like cut these and bring in these 3 cards. Seems great. With more Deathrite Shamans. Do I want some Minister of Pains, assuming they're going to have their own true names? Maybe. Maybe. I think I'm just gonna run like this. Just do it like this. A bit. We can just red blast their true names. Or win through them. It seems like not exciting, but it's fine, right? We've got Dead Gone to kill their Deathrite on 1, and we have a cantrip as well. Yeah, I guess they're probably on Strix. What are we doing here? Probably just want all of these, right? I might not want the second Kolaghan's command, but the Badlands and the Ponder seem fine. Could be him to Tourach, could be Baleful Strix, probably him to Tourach. We've got black instead of an extra blue source. Yep. Losing a land there kind of sucks. Still Ponder. We know there's a Bayou, K command, Snapcaster Mage. It's a touch awkward that we lost the Tarn. Yeah, it's the thing about losing your hair. You lose a little bit more every day. I guess I'm just keeping these, right? Called Stream Decker. Oh, this was a mistake. I have Dead Gone in my hand, and this is an instant, so I should have played this. Hope these Leovolds are good enough. Get Pyroblasted here and feel real bad about myself. Yes, correct, Sage Phoenix. This is probably getting Pyroblasted. If we get, like, Pyroblasted... Nope, not Pyroblasted. Just getting our Brainstorm out of the way. Okay. This Leovold resolves will be in a pretty good spot. Or less bad spot, I guess you could say. We have K command to pick this True-Name Nemesis back up. Yeah, hope to dodge Hero Fall here. They have an Abrupt Decay for the Leovold. We get to draw a card off of that. I would love to use Leovold's ability, thank you. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now since they have Deathrite Shaman up. So I'm going to go ahead and return. Now I'm going to make them discard and shoot this once I have 2 more good threats in my hand already. Yes, yeah, Hero Fall kills the thing in play and then it takes all the other copies out of their deck and hand. I think just taking the Deathrite off the table is better than sticking the other Leovold here, but that might be wrong. Feels pretty bad. Just want to ponder. That looks like a shuffle. I guess if I take... Nah, that looks like a shuffle. I just don't need these fatal pushes. I'm gonna tilt. Hopefully we don't get another hymn next turn. Opponent has a lot of hymns in their deck. Leovold of their own. Yep. Alright, well the good news is we have Snap Blast for this. Okay. Take command to get back our other... Get back something later. Him to Tourach, keeping my opponent in the game here. Yeah, Leovold's an obnoxious card. Deathrite Shaman and Commander cards are like, just like the most obnoxious things in Legacy, right? Conspiracy, okay, those supplemental, those cards that are never legal in standard, right, are basically what they come down to. So they return to Leovold and discarded a card from my hand, sure. Hey, ding ding ding, look at chest. 2 for 1 you, 2 for 1 you, 2 for 1 you, and you get a 2 for 1, and you get a 2 for 1. Everybody gets a 2 for 1. We're hoping to dodge land Jace here, basically. Deal. That's an Unearth. What does Unearth let me do? I feel like I just want to take their last 2 cards away here, right? Just like... You discard, kill you. Hey, look, their last card was a Jace. Alright, sweet. We got this Unearth as our last card in hand. Please kill my Snapcaster Mage. Rats. Get back a Leovold here. God, these Unearths are just so nut busting. Yes, Leovold would be really good in Standard. Just like if there's a Sultai deck that could play him, like the fact that you've made them discard 3 Jaces. No, the double Jace was last game, right? Was game 1. I think I'm just passing the turn here. They're dead on board. I could like Snapcaster, Unearth, a True-Name Nemesis, but like their out is a sweeper anyways, so I think I'm just gonna pass. I don't think there's any reason to play into like some kind of weird thing like Toxic Deluge, I guess would be an out. Violent Leovold. I guess maybe I should have played the Deathrite Shaman out, because then they're still dead through a single piece of spot removal. Although I guess if they play spot removal now, I could flash in a Snapcaster Mage. And like, even if they find a piece of spot removal to like not die here, I get to draw a card and like still have a stacked hand. Snapcaster Mage of your own. Probably gonna need a Kolaghan's command here, I assume. And Abrupt Decay, potentially. No, they tapped this. They're probably not getting Abrupt Decay. Okay, sure. We're getting Abrupt Decay. Opponents just like, they know they're not dead that turn, but like, this game is very, very over. Like, there's no way they're grinding through the remaining cards that we have. Like, they're giving us more there. We died to Storm in the first round. We got a turn 2 Goblins in the second game. This is the type of deck that like Storm's really good against, right? Like, we have some disruption, but we don't have a ton of pressure. And like, we have Delvers and Young Pyromancers. We got like Snapcaster Mages and Baleful Strixes. No, no one really wants to watch Pauper. The couple of times I've played Pauper just like wasn't particularly popular. And there aren't really any big Pauper events. The Pauper challenge is on the same day as the Legacy challenge, and I'd much rather play the Legacy challenge. Also, like, yeah, like look at the colors this deck plays. Like, Deathrite Shaman should not like the Grixis deck splash green this freely. Look at that. We shaved. This is the fourth deck we've shaved off of the donation deck list this evening, down to 6 of them. Almost a manageable number. I bob and weave more when I'm standing than when I'm sitting. Believe it or not, I'm a leg bouncer when I sit, so when I stand, I kind of rock back and forth. Yeah, Annul's kind of sweet. Like, counters Lion's Eye Diamond and Lotus Petals. And, sneak attack, stuff like that. Counterbalance. Yeah, Minister of Pain is neat technology. It's especially good with Unearth, right? I don't know about strictly better, but like when our deck doesn't really care about like doming them with it, it seems much better. We can get into some trouble with this hand, but I think this is fine. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. When it goes like Days our Deathrite Wasteland us, we're gonna be really sad, but like Days into Wasteland's gonna get most of our hands. Edict is largely for Merit Liege decks. I'm actually not a huge fan of bringing in, what's it called? Oh, I'm blanking on the name. Diabolic Edict against a lot of the True-Name decks. Because a lot of the True-Name decks just have like a bunch of True-Name decks have a bunch of like sacrifice fodder, like young pyromancers or baleful strixes or stuff. Yeah, I agree. True-Name, Leovold, Council's Judgment to an extent. What's the most ape deck? Probably the Mono Red Sneak Attack deck. Like, in terms of, like, apeness and quality of play, I think Mono Red Sneak Attack's the best ape deck in Legacy. Very, very good. And it definitely monkeys all over people. If they try to plow this, I'm going to force probably pitching a Brainstorm. Try to Fatal Push this. Need this little guy to make some blue mana for us. Modern is all ape decks, so like pick your favorite. The apiest is probably Grishelbrand. Cabal Therapy me. Alright, well I guess we're forcing pitching Brainstorm. Even if they daze this way they only get to take one card out of my hand. They're gonna take my Brainstorm away, and then I'm gonna work on a land and I'm gonna be really sad, but like they're forcing back. Okay, sure. No, I don't want to pitch True-Name Nemesis because I'm pretty sure my force is not going to resolve, and I don't want to get 2-for-1 by them. Never forget that it is much better to be lucky than good. You have to choose between being lucky and being good. Choose being lucky every single time. Exile this to make a green mana here. My opponent didn't daze my other thing, so this shouldn't get dazed. So unless they have a third force and another blue card, Leovold's going to resolve. Good job fighting over my stuff, opponent. Baleful Strix, could be Angler, Big Fish. Smells like a delve spell. Smells like Teen Spirit. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this other True-Name here. Feels like they're holding a counter spell, or this other Deathrite, sorry. Feels like they're holding a counter spell up here. That was the best. I mean, like, you can basically still tell when they have a delve spell the way, like, the paying additional cost thing works, but... So they have to go, like, land Toxic Deluge to make us feel really bad here, and if they don't go land... That's interesting. Okay. Oh, we're bolting my thing. Sure, I'll draw a card. I would love to draw a card, opponent. God bless you. God bless us, everyone. K command is great. think I'm just passing the turn here. I can K command, make them discard, and then get back my Leovold. Hey, remember when I said they probably had a thing? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I bought a standing desk on a Black Friday sale. So my desk is actually still in the same room in my house, but it's just oriented slightly differently. And the camera's currently pointing up and back. No, I don't think so. I think I want to leave these up potentially here. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. Make a black. Eat that. Land means I'm gonna go ahead and take the last card out of their hand here. Grab a drop, so I can go ahead and do this. Make blue. Snap this K command. Turn this, you discard a card. Baleful Strix, sure. Leave up this Deathrite Shaman. Can't attack anyways, they have a 5/5. You'd probably make an argument that I could potentially stick the True-Name Nemesis there since their health total is low, but I think it's a really big deal one way or another. I actually really don't like lands in Legacy. I feel like there's just like enough like random decks that are just gonna like kill you that lands isn't particularly well positioned. I feel like in any given tournament, you can't count on enough good matchups for lands to make it a reasonable choice. Because like lands is basically like the Tron deck of lands is like the Tron deck of Legacy, right? Like it's got a bunch of really skewed matchups in one direction or another. So Strix, K command, red elemental blast in. This might be a Flusterstorm matchup. I potentially see Diabolic Edict coming in too. The Groves mean they're a punishing fire deck, so like maybe Surgical is okay, but like I can beat Groves with just like Leovold plus True Name and K command, right? So that's probably not necessary. Maybe Fatal Push isn't particularly good. I guess it kills their Deathrite Shamans. This is a Magic Online promo. It's beautiful. I'm gonna bring in two Surgicals. They probably have Snapcaster Mages as well, and Kolaghan's commands potentially. They had like actual factual counterspell, which like usually means they're more grindy. Blood Moon's not even good against Tron. Yeah, like Storm's a really good deck. One hate piece does not kill them. This is a mulligan. It's a keep. And I was gonna say the last hand was not great against Cabal Therapy, and this one is also not great against Cabal Therapy. Yeah, we're a little bit grindier than most check decks, though. I feel like this deck that I'm playing is like as greedy as you can get without shoving like actual punishing fire into your deck. Nah, probably not. The power level of deck cards that are good in Legacy versus the cards that aren't is like really high. Holy crap. Alright, we're playing this, and probably just conceding to Cabal Therapy next turn. Alright. What am I doing here? Probably just like hide one of these Brainstorms so that way we can't get them both Cabal therapied away. Play a Deathrite Shaman. Sure. All right, they're missing a land drop. I think I'm gonna Brainstorm again here. We know there's a Jace on top of our deck, but I'd really like to hit a third this turn. All right, I mean, I guess I'm just going back again here, and then playing this Deathrite out. I think I want to just take these Punishing Fires away from them now. I don't want to risk it them drawing Grove. I don't want to let them untap and like let them have a counterspell up. Take a peekaboo here what they're doing. It's like the Thieves type deck. They have a Kolaghan's Commander. Search for Escant is kind of scary. I wonder if one of those could be good in this deck, probably. We have a Pyroblast. Oh, I should have opened that photo back up. So they have Pyromancer, Search. So even though they can just kill this Leovold with a Pyroblast, I think I'm okay with that. I need to draw a card off of it, which hopefully means this Brainstorm can find us some action. Now they get to go Pyromancer into blast my Leovold, which is a little bit more annoying. Wow, are we not blasting my Leovold? That's so good for me. Unearth is fantastic. Huh. I guess I'm putting this back. Putting the Fatal Push back. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Ponder. So their hand right now is Pyroblast, Search for Azcanta. Alright, sweet. These are great cards. Probably don't mind drawing this Jace next turn. No, play this land out. I'm gonna go to attack with this Leovold. And then if my opponent goes to crack this fetch land in response to them cracking the fetch land, I'm gonna kill this Pyromancer. Gonna pass the turn here. I've got this Unearth to get back to Leovold when they eventually kill it. So their hand right now is Pyroblast, K-Command, and then one card I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have let them untap here. Maybe I should have just killed this. On my turn, so that way they had to crack this fetch land to get red. I would love to draw the Jace that's on top of my deck. Oh, this is a sorcery. I don't know why I thought this was an instant. This card would be busted if it was an instant, right? They drew a Flusterstorm. So their last card is Kolaghan's Command right now. And go grab a Volcanic Island here and bolt their Pyromancer in response. Not like to pay for that. That's Deathrite Shaman, helps keep my opponent search for Azcanta in check here. They know the top card of their deck? Interesting. Oh, this lets them flip this. Okay, that makes sense. I was miscounting. All right, land is great. It lets me go cast this Jace plus cast Unearth. Hey, Trey with the 26-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. I think I'm just playing this Jace and plussing it, right? Feels like the line. Diabolic Edict. I think you can keep that one. It's fine. Bayou here. Leovold back. Go. We updated the stream overlay to have character neutral stuff. Want to infringe on anyone. So they have Diabolic Edict here and Kolaghan's Command as their 2 cards, right? Activating Search for Scanto looking for a Red Blast. They're going to attack in first so they can K-Command my thing. Oh, you know what? They can K-Command my Deathrite Shaman and then Edict me the following turn, but then I get to draw 2 cards, and with the Jace, I'm probably going to find something to interrupt that in the middle. Oh, the children's giggles. Yeah, I can add the sound back in. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. Is there a sound with the current one? I forget, actually. Yeah, Leovold's really good. And if they K-Command me first here, that actually means I don't have to... They're gonna get their Pyromancer back? Okay, that makes sense. Would love to draw a card. Now they can't attack my Jace. Their last card is Diabolic Edict, so I just need to find a creature or a way to get back one of these things. Another Unearth, you say? Alright, well. Is that good? If so, why, chat? Are these cards good? Huh. God, this deck is so insane. Like, gonna go put back. K-Command. You discard, kill you. And then... Am I supposed to unearth a death? I think I'm just unearthing a Deathrite Shaman, right? Like, put another blocker out here. I think I'm gonna start attacking them too, actually. Let's just, like, kill them. Like, the Deathrite Shaman holds them off the Jace, and, like, if they want to kill the Deathrite Shaman to attack the Jace, then I get to draw a card. There's a Ponder and a True-Name on top of my deck here. Opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Well, his deck's really good in the Grindy Mirrors. We're playing Joe Lissette's 4-color control deck. It's a variation on Check Pile. Notably, the most notable feature being 2 copies of Unearth in the main deck. I think it seems fine. Like, not super exciting, but it's got, like, Ponder into him. It's pretty good against a combo deck, right? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, this deck's a little bit different than traditional check greatness. I think, like, It was funny when we were playing. I was like, I think that the deck I'm playing is like as greedy as you can make this deck without adding Punishing Fire to it. Unless that's been playing something similar to this for a while, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he played it at GP Vegas. Yeah, those cards seem great, right? Huh. Just gonna put them back just like this, actually. And the question becomes, do I want to him my opponent, or do I want to him my opponent next turn, or do I want to kill their Deathrite Shaman? Alright, I guess we're killing their Deathrite Shaman. Could be Grixis Delver. If they play like a Pyromancer here, I probably need to force it. Another Deathrite, sure. Sweet. I stacked a Fatal Push on top of my deck here, so we have another way to just mono Deathrites. Alright, sure. So we're gonna go fetch Badlands, dead one of these. Because, like, there's enough lands in the graveyards for these to make a bunch of mana here, so killing one does do that for me. Fetching the Badlands sets me up to potentially... Oh, one. Dead is the one that kills it. Weird. Dead is the one that kills it. I get dazed here, and they have some kind of follow-up. I could be in a little bit of trouble. I should turn off the auto yield since I have this force. Do have a daze. I think I just want this thing dead. Let's see what else they have here. They end the turn with just 2 cards in hand. I'm probably going to him them. It's a pretty good draw. Lets me use both my mana this turn and kill one of their Deathrite Shamans. Probably going to stop on their upkeep. I'm going to push at the end of turn if they activate their Deathrite Shaman, but if they don't activate, I'm going to push during their upkeep. I assume they're going to activate this. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, I just blocked them and moved on. You have Abrupt Decay in their deck? Interesting. So, Sultai Delver, perhaps? It's possible I should have just himmed them this turn. Like, I might not get another chance to get 2 cards out of this him. Hopefully they miss a land drop. I can only play 1 card next turn, and then I can 2-for-1 them next. Cantrip. It's a good start for us. We don't want them to go land plus spell. I want to be able to get 2-for-1 on this him. Yeah, I think I missequenced there, and I should have just jammed this last turn to get a guaranteed 2 out of it. Opponent chose a shuffle. Rats. Sweet, they're just doing that. Great, so I can play this through a daze even. Like, Spell Pierce is kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. At least it's a 1-for-1. Sweet. That's a good last 2 to get. Great title. Let's go on Ade, Kupo. I was a Salt Power Wizard earlier tonight. Okie doke. There's Brainstorms in our deck, so we're not going to fetch willy-nilly here. Gosh. So good at Magic. I think I'm going to cast this first, though. Yep. We are dying kind of quickly to this Deathrite Shaman. Maybe I should have Brainstormed because of that. This Deathrite shuts down my snap. Gosh. Ask me what it's like sometime, chat. Oh, you know what? I should probably lead on the Fatal Push because they could have a Spell Pierce here. They're definitely playing a Spell Pierce deck. Sweet. Now there's a Snapcaster Mage on top of our deck. So we can snap push the next threat that they play. Let's Unearth as well. I'm the Tourach. Alright. Sure. One of my opponents BM'd me in chat and I told him to wank off, and then Magic Online asterisk out almost everything, so it's just asterisk off. I don't remember what I said after it. I don't remember what the second word I said that it decided was an expletive, so someone tweeted that at Cool Stuff Inc. Let's be honest. If me telling someone to wank off was going to be enough for Cool Stuff Inc. to not sponsor me, they probably never would have sponsored the stream. If we's being completely honest, I don't think my opponent likely has a Toxic Deluge in their main deck. I guess the Daze makes me think they probably don't have a Deluge in their main deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and snap Unearth my Deathrite Shaman here, just so I can like apply pressure faster. It's just some salty nerd that's upset, that doesn't like me for whatever reasons. They're looking for a reason to try and get justice. God, there's one Pyro. This deck is so inbred, it's great. It's like one main deck Pyroblast. Sure. God bless you, Joe. What if I said no? I honestly hope that whatever's so miserable in their lives that, like, that's what they have to do to try and derive some entertainment from it. Just, like, I hope their life improves, right? Wank off, how Vic. It's a good one, right? Alright, so we've played 3 Fair Mirrors so far, and it's basically just been these in, these out. I think there's a pretty good chance my opponent's on Delver, so I don't think I want to cut Fatal Pushes this time around. Spell Pierce is a little medium, but they showed us they have Liliana the Veil. I think him actually isn't very good against the Delver variant, so I'm going to trim that. I think these Edicts are better against Sultai Delver because they don't have Young Pyromancer, but they might have Gurmag Angler and possibly True-Name postboard. So I think I'm going to do that. We're going to do Forces and Hymns out, and we're going to bring in Edicts, K-Command Strix, Red Elemental Blast. This deck is memeless, which is why we're 2-1 with it. $75, it's meme free. It is. This was a donation deck list. We've plowed through 4 donation deck lists tonight, and the first 3 of them were super mediobitis. The very first one was meme-tastic though, so like that, it was like A+ quality memeing. I say it's decent. It's got like Pierce and Dead Gone. Thankfully my opponent's thankfully my opponent almost certainly is not on Cabal Therapy since they're playing Sultai. I've not played a Sultai Delver list though. I'd probably spell Pierce a cantrip here. If you've watched the stream before, you know I really love aggressively countering cantrips. Is this going to be a Tarmogoyf? Please don't daze me, please don't daze me, please don't daze me, please don't daze me. Tilt. Every one of these should be a Flusterstorm. They have Liliana the Veil in their deck, so like, are we debating forcing this? There must be something wrong with your browser, JMP. Try refreshing. I top 32 the Legacy Challenge today with Ad Nauseam. I like that tech a lot. It's really funny. I think it might actually be good. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's a non-zero chance of like a pseudo real Legacy deck. I just got 4 Chalices of Void in it and a way to play it on the first turn, so. Wasteland, tilt. Another him. Liliana, that's gross. Yep. Don't be so mean to me. I top 32'd. I got my prizes back. I've cashed every event I've played Ad Nauseam in. I've got a 4-1, 2 3-2s, and then the 3-3 there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flash in the Snapcaster Mage here. I'm gonna get a Underground Sea. Ambush Viper, underrated mode on Snapcaster Mage. Tilt. It's unfortunate that Bloodstained Mire couldn't get Tropical Island. Then we could cast Leovold. Does that roughly equate to losing in the quarters? What a dagger, Pete. That's so mean. Alright, I'm gonna attack Lily with this, and then stick this True-Name Nemesis, and then, like, assuming they don't have something like Marsh Casualties, this True-Name will probably ride us to victory. No, Dead Gone doesn't hit players. It only hits creatures. So, I can't keep this and then Dead Gone the Liliana. Otherwise, yeah, that would be a good line. Yeah, not strictly Better Shock. Awesome, Wolster. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Fatal Push plus Edict. I guess this is fine, right? I got like the Liliana off the table. We like technically just got 1-for-1 by that. Which is like a good rate for their Planeswalker. You going to Wasteland us? Sure. Do you have Deathrite Shaman then? Or are you just like Wastelanding to Wasteland? Fetchland would be great. Stick Dr. Leovold, my elf advisor. You're like him and Godok Teague have got to be friends, right? Just like advise people on stuff. We're the magical advisors. Land. Nope. Alright, hopefully we can dodge another Wasteland. I guess if they had one last turn, they would have played it already, right? This keeps their Delve troops in check. Gurmag Angler, that kind of stuff. Tilt. The top deck. Jace. Okay, sure. Dear Magic the Gathering, please give me a fetch land so I can cast Leovold. Alright. Anything, even a fetch land. Unfortunately, they were going to get to Wasteland me off of double blue. Hopefully, we can, like, hopefully they brainstorm with this Jace and we can, like, end step snap, untap, fatal push your blocker, and then kill the Jace. The fact that it's Badlands on top of our deck specifically, and we have our basic swamp, means if they wasteland this, we can't even play Leovold next turn. So I think there's probably a good chance we like fetch Trop at end of turn here and like play the Snapcaster out. God, we're over an hour into this league and we're only in match 4. That seems like a lot of work. Oh, Lurin. I played a lot of Lurin back in the day. That's a beating. I think I'm playing the Snapcaster Mage in response, so we can likely kill this Jace. I don't want to risk losing both of these. Tilt. Ugh, Dazed Jace deck, what a beating. So we need to like brainstorm into red source Pyroblast here. Oh god. They drew all of their wastelands. Almost all of them. It's just 3 of them. God, what a strong sequence. I think we're pretty dead here. Tooth and Nail went really poorly. And the deck wasn't even that fun to play. I wasn't a big fan of the Tooth and Nail deck. These edicts aren't very good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring this Flusterstorm back in. Just leave 1 edict in. Yeah, like the Tooth and Nail deck just, I said this at the wrap up too. It's not exceptionally fast, so it's not good against the decks that are fast and linear, and it's not particularly resilient, so it's not very good against the interactive decks either. So, what does Trophy Mage do for Alarian? That's fine. Turn 1 Deathrite into Kolaghan command, kill your Deathrite, make you discard a card. We played 3 Deathrite Shaman mirrors. Can't remember if it's 2 or 3, and they all blur together. My opponent's playing a Delver deck, so they often are emptying their hand. That game was kind of an exception because they ended up playing a Jace, but I think more often than not, my opponent's going to be pretty empty-handed in the mid to late game, so him to Tourach becomes a bad top deck then. Like, him's very good in the early game, but like, if we only have 2 of them, we're not drawing them consistently in the early game. One to 2 Jace on the board of Delver isn't super unrealistic because again, for some reason, the tempo deck gets to play Birds of Paradise. So like, this is what you get. What's up? Yes, I'm starving. Where are you getting fries from? Wow, that's good. Oh, that's a beating. If they have a Daze, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm just going to jam this Jace next turn. Sometimes these people board their Dazes out on the draw. I think this is our best shot to jam the Jace in. They're going to see a bunch of cards starting next turn. Tropical Island. Thing. Alrighty. They're not playing Bolt, so I just get to Brainstorm right away. Yep. Alright. I guess I'm hiding these 2. Sure. Alright, we have a game, as they say. My opponent's lack of red does mean they have a hard time getting this Jace off the table, so the fact that it resolved is kind of stellar for us. I think Jace can usually go toe-to-toe with the Sylvan Library. Their bigger threats that live through Fatal Pushes and Kolaghan's commands usually can't get played out. I guess if they have exactly True-Name here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Since I don't have... I have 1 Diabolic Edict in my deck, right? That's Tarmogoyf. That does the Fatal Push. And a Deathrite Shaman? Fatal Push your own, sure. I'll start by pushing you. Jace again here. No, there's a Ponder and then 2 mystery cards. Hopefully find a fetch land. No fetch land. Alright, so definitely want the Spell Pierce. I want the Snapcaster Mage so I can snap the push. I think I'm just putting back 2 of these Kolaghan's commands. Any order, shuffle. Yeah, I'm just gonna Ponder again, try and find a land here. Perfect. Probably wouldn't mind drawing a Bayou next turn. My opponent gives me something to counter. I'm going to be pretty liberal with my Pierce and my Red Elemental Blast here. But I would not mind picking that Bayou back up off the top of my deck. And one thing Lisette's build of this deck does do that is different from normal check pile is that Lisette's build does only have a single Jace in it. And this Reb art is beautiful. It's a Magic Online promo, I believe. They're down to 7 here. Oh, they must have kept 2 cards here. Leovold. Yeah, I'm going to Reb this. It's fine. We'll likely hit a land between this and this. So we'll grab Badlands here and blast this Dorko. Can get dazed. Nope. Sweet. Draw 3. This Ponder means we can shuffle this J-Storm if we miss on a fetch. We did miss on a fetch. I feel like Diabolic Edict's probably a good one to keep here. Put back this and put back Brainstorm. If I miss on a land drop here, I want to be able to play one. Unearth. Now I'm really just like looking for my own Leovold, right? Deathrite Shaman, sure. Play this out. I have Snap, Reb up. I have Spell Pierce, I have K Command. We are in the driver seat. This deck seems great at slogging through all these other fair decks. Just good, clean, interactive Magic. The opponent finds their Jace, we can Pierce it, and then if they counter our Pierce, we can Snap, Reb it next turn. Nope. No shenanigans like that on Magic Online. Dead weight. Yep, sure. He's dead, Jim. We hemming me? A little unfortunate. I was just gonna say we want them to not hit Snap K Command. Now we just like have to... Now we've gone from a pretty dominating spot to like, we need to find some action here with Jace. This Spell Pierce is getting less and less good. Getting a K Command back's not bad. Probably don't need Dead Gone at this point. Put these 2 back and then play this fetch land out. Yeah, we'll get the lands definitely. This has been a grindtastic game. Depending on what my opponent does here, we'll probably K Command, make them discard a card, get back our Snapcaster Mage. We can K Command, make them discard, get back our Snapcaster Mage, Snap Reb something this turn. Just like do all the things. Another him? God, that's brutal. Huh. Yeah, we always close out Sunday nights with Hex. We're nowhere near done. It's not even 9 o'clock here. You're probably gonna have to watch me eat Chipotle while we sit here, but you're not done just yet. Hopefully we can keep this Kolaghan's command. That's really unfortunate. Alright, they have nothing so far. Wait, I want to correct this fetch, right? We have 1 more K command in my deck. I also have a couple of Unearths still. We have 2 Leovolds in our deck. Grab a Bayou here. I don't know. It's been kind of a crazy game. Oh god, this turn is gross, right? I get to unearth a Snapcaster Mage. And then Kolaghan's command, you discard, get back a Deathrite Shaman. Turn this one, you discard a card. I wonder if there's merit to just like shocking them with this, honestly. Probably not. I probably just want to keep grinding. Also, I've only played one Snapcaster so far this game, right? Yep, there's just like 3 more Snapcasters in my deck because we're playing 4 Snapcaster Mages like a maniac. Painful truths. That's... Man, this opponent's got a ton of grind in their deck. I have 1 more UC in my deck so I can cast this Diabolic Edict this turn. There's a Fatal Push and a UC on top of my deck, so I almost certainly want to fetch. We Snapcaster pushing my thing here, I assume. I mean, I think they just assume they're at a kind of low life total. And like, I've got K commands and bolts in my deck, so they probably don't want to take 3 to draw 3. I don't know, I'm greedy. I'd probably take 3 to draw 3. We're killing my Snapcaster Mage. Okay, I'm just gonna Edict them here, I think. I have to fetch anyways, they're tapped out. Like, gives them value off of days, but I don't want my Jace to go to 1. I feel like they would have certainly discarded a daze to my thing, right? Yeah, sweet. Alright, Snapcaster's dead. He's dead, Jim. My Snapcaster Mage is back in my bin, ready to be Kolaghan's commanded again. Look, I'm a simple man who wants to draw some cards, okay? I'm easy peasy. Alright, Jace of their own. Okay. Snapcaster Mage lets us red elemental blast this. We also have a Pyroblast in my deck. Again, just... And we have a Lightning Bolt in my deck, right? I'm pretty sure I left that in. Yep. So we've got like 3 for Unearth. Lets me... They have a Delver. Okay. Kinda wish I wouldn't have thrown away my Fatal Push now. Alright, Jace, don't do me dirty. There we go. There's the Jace. There's the cards I know and love. So... We're going to put this back. Put this back. I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is going to... I can just take all their stuff away, right? It's literally just... You discard, kill this. And then snap reb this. Was this good? Can anyone let me know if this was a good turn, and if so, why it was a good turn? Oh, I could have snapped Unearth, you're right. Oh no. It's fine. I get to activate my Deathrite Shaman this way. My opponent has disconnected. I hope that's a connection issue and not a salt disconnect. It would be really terrible if we had to wait. I'm going to run upstairs to get something to drink while we wait for my opponent to come back. They don't go anywhere, folks. Oh, good. They're back. Good. Sweet. It's not a salt DC. That's why I said hoping it was not. I don't want to wait for it. There was only this much Coke left in the bottle, so I'm just going to drink from the bottle because I'm a heathen. Cheers to you, Shannon, by the way. You're the one that donated for Check Pile, right? This deck is sweet. If I wanted to jam Land Nauseam and Paper to punish myself, how unplayable is it without Tabernacle? It's fine. What do you think Legacy will look like if / when Deathrite Shaman gets banned? I think the biggest change from banning Deathrite Shaman is that Temur Delver will become the premier Delver deck in the format again, and I think the rest of the archetypes will shake out a little bit. Stoneblade will be a lot better because it's not just like bad Delver. All right, sweet. We're coming up on the... We're 3-1 in this league, so we cashed the league tonight. It was bound to happen eventually. This deck's really sweet. I think you're probably worse. You're almost certainly worse against the combo decks with this deck compared to something like Grixis Delver, but this deck's kind of a blast to play. Unearth is a lot of fun. Leovold, K-Command is a lot of fun. This deck just grinds and 2-for-1s and 2-for-1s. Registering 4 Snapcaster Mages is a blast. Comments on the specific build. I think I'd play a 4th Force in this deck. I'm playing Joe's list card for card. I'd probably close my eyes and cut a random card for another Force of Will here. Maybe even in the sideboard. I don't know if you need all 4 in the main deck if you're just like, goal is to like slaughter all the fair decks, but like we could probably cut one of these cards we're bringing in against the fair decks, like this 3rd Baleful Strix. Maybe, I don't know, the 3rd Strix is pretty good against Delver, but like I think I want a 4th Force of Will. But like all the details in this deck are gas. The fact that we get to play a couple of basic lands is great. Deathrite Shaman's a messed up magic card, etc, etc, etc. This might be too cute, but I kind of like having a 6th piece of removal. So I could see a 2nd Lightning Bolt, or maybe an Abrupt Decay being good there. Sounds great. Turn 1 Deathrite, turn 2 Leo. A Sudden Shock's too much mana, I think, but like a 2nd Bolt would be fine, I think. Underground Sea, cast this Deathrite Shaman like the Good Lord intended. Well, the Good Lord's probably a little bit confused that I did it off of Bloodstained Mire. We did upgrade to a standing desk. It's one of those rise fall desks too, so goes up and down. I'm just gonna play into a daze here and try and kill my opponent's thing. Just get my first 2-for-1 of the game going. Hey, look at this, another Deathrite Shaman mirror. This deck seems really good in the Deathrite Shaman mirrors. Zap you, zap you. Sweet, just resolved. Awesome. They have a fetch land, we can play Leovold next turn. I think they don't test for non-rotating formats, so no, I don't think it was tested. Hey, Verdant Catacomb, sweet. Brainstorm, sure. If they don't kill this Deathrite Shaman, we get to stick Leovold here. I think killing their Deathrite is the higher upside here, rather than sticking Leovold into. Also, I think I'd rather they daze the K-Command than daze my Leovold. So that's why I sequenced my turn the way I did there. I could be open to that being wrong, though. Someone has a little bit more experience in this type of matchup than I do. Okay, opponent has the fetch to clear the Brainstorm. See if they have a push or a bolt for this stuff right here. I'm not actually sure offhand. What 2nd Brainstorm? This is weird. This is strange. They're not playing a Lotus Petal deck, right? So that Brainstorm doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, it's gonna be fine for them because they were going to do it in response to this Leovold anyways, but the timing on that's a little odd. Green, blue, black. A Pyroblast here for stuff as well. Could be another Sultai Delver deck. We also have the Blast to protect from a Force there, which is great. They're ghosting and they know they're gonna have to play it anyways. Leo with rev up is nice. Yep. Sure. Gonna abrupt decay. Yep. Get to draw a card here. We have one more Kolaghan's command in our main deck. Hopefully we can draw that. Also have Unearth to draw to. Fatal Push, True-Name. Ace cards seem great, right? Gonna go back, back, back. Don't shuffle, draw the True-Name. I can bolt this. Oh, you know what? I'm probably supposed to lead on the True-Name, right? Because I prefer this doesn't get dazed, and they've seen a bunch of new cards now. Yeah, I think it's very possible I sequenced these spells incorrectly. Because I sequenced incorrectly, do I want to just play the Baleful Strix here? Nah, they're probably a Hymn to Tourach deck. Pretty good chance they're a Hymn to Tourach deck, so I think I want to just stick this here. They like daze me into him, I'm going to be really sad here. But I think I 10 out of 10 should have played this before playing the Lightning Bolt because of daze. I don't know if they're on a mid-range deck or a Delver deck. I think Abrupt Decay means Delver. I don't think there's really any Sultai mid-range decks. They're all 4-color control. They have a Force. Okay, yeah. Ooh, they pitched a Manipulate Fate, so they are playing, what's it called? They're playing Food Chain. Okay. Okay, sweet. And if I would have sequenced my other things differently here, I would have been able to Pyroblast that Force of Will. They would have just had a Deathrite and I'd still have a Lightning Bolt in my hand, so pretty big mistake on my part. We're being honest here. If everyone's being honest with themselves, me included, punted. Kick the ball. Kick the ball. Sometimes you play a little bit of soccer when you're supposed to be playing Magic. One card in hand. I'm gonna Brainstorm. Now, I'm not really not looking for anything right now, right? And that's one of the things their Brainstorm is so different than other cantrips, like say Serum Visions or even Ponder in this format. Like those cantrips you can just like cast when you have mana left over, but like with Brainstorm, you generally want to cast it to get the most value out of it, and getting the most value out of it entails like replacing cards that are dead in your hand. So like this Fatal Push is probably going to be useful at some point. These slowly grind about here probably. Spell Pierce, okay, sweet. I guess Spell Pierce is probably a little way. See, like Spell Pierce is a card I probably don't need in my hand long term, so next turn we're going to be interested in Brainstorming because I have a card I'm interested in throwing back at this point. Do they have something for 5 mana to cast here, or are they Fetching to Thin? Fetching to Thin is really bad when you have Brainstorms in your deck, but I guess there's 2 Brainstorms cast already, so...
I was going to bring you a drink, but it looked like
yeah.
a drink.
Good best.
Great. Tell the internet how great I am.
My wife is wonderful, in case any of you are wondering, internet.
Are you going for another hour?
Yeah, probably. I haven't done Hex yet. That's fair, JW. All right, so do I want to blast this? I feel like I might. Yeah, I think I do. Brainstorm. Like, be kind of resource efficient, allow me to actually kill my opponent here. These 2 back. Unearth this Leovold, start cutting off their outs. Exile the Griffin. What's going on, Trex? Getting the Leovold into place, probably the nail in the coffin. All right, how do I want to board? I'd probably play Tron. Tron's pretty great. If I wanted to work on new decks that I didn't have to learn, that I would have to learn, I would look at Grishelbrand or... What's the other one? Grishelbrand or... God, I'm so blanking on the name. The Eldrazi Evolution deck. Yeah, Annul seems good. They have Baleful Strix usually. What am I cutting? Jace probably isn't very good. They have a bunch of flyers. Fabiano's been playing the Temur Moon deck for forever. He almost certainly just won a bunch of matches because he's better at Magic than other people. Yeah, Strix is kind of low impact. That seems like a fine cut. Maybe I don't need both these Unearths. Actually, I probably don't need all these Kolaghan's commands, right? I'm gonna try this. Let's try this. Maybe the Flusterstorm isn't very good. Actually, the Flusterstorm probably isn't very good, but I think it's already submitting for me. And okay. Not impressive, but fine. Hunter's a great draw. Hopefully it'll help us find green for the Leovold. I think Humans is a fine deck. You just want to be proactive in Modern. Shuffle. I guess I could take the Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take the Spell Pierce, and then we'll draw the Snapcaster Mage next turn. And this way we could pierce a food chain this turn. And next turn we could snap Ponder. God, I'm such a disaster. There's a roll of paper towels behind me. At the end of the day, your chances of doing well in any given Magic tournament are so astronomically low, even if you're an insane Magic player, that you should just play the deck you have the most fun playing. You shouldn't make your decision based on like small little like random percentages. Like, you should just play the deck that you enjoy. I'm just gonna use my mana this turn, pierce this. So whichever of those three decks you like playing the most, if you're comfortable playing all three of them, just play that one. Sweet. Hate to catch them with their pants down. They don't have a third land. I don't look at lists while I'm streaming. Just like such a time kill, time sink. I'd rather just be playing games. Huh. This is a touch awkward because I have to draw 2 of these lands if I want the Delta, but I want the Delta pretty badly. So I can have green source for Leo next turn. I'm a big fan of green Blacktron personally. All right, they hit a land. Attack with this. I guess I could hold up Snap Pierce here, but I kind of just want to play the Leovold, right? Although I guess getting... Yeah, I should probably just be good and wait a turn. I'm just going to hold up Snap Pierce. They could have Food Chain next turn. Huh. Sure. Waiting to play Leovold feels bad now. There's so many decks in Modern, like Eldrazi Tron and regular Tron, that are like... Sorry, finish my thought. There's so many decks in Modern, like Tron and Eldrazi Tron, they're just like... They're all pretty similar in power level. And like, you really can't predict what you're going to play against. So just, again, just like do something powerful and proactive and you're going to be fine. So if they take the Snapcaster here and they have a land, they can resolve Food Chain here. Because remember, this is a sorcery. That sucks. All right. And see, like, we got super punished for not just playing this out. Like, Thoughtseize would have drawn me a card. This wouldn't have drawn them a card. Like, it's a pretty big deal. I probably shouldn't have played scared, and I should have just jammed this. I think I played too scared here, and like I'm not going to use my mana this turn now. It's pretty crappy overall for me. I didn't say that they're similar in how they play. I said they're similar in power level. They all are just like kind of mediocre decks that just like do close to the same thing. Do I push the Strix? Yeah, probably. They exiled Abrupt Decay. Okay, I'm cracking this fetch because I know there's a land on top of my deck. Bayou here. God, I feel so dumb for not having played this. I should have just jammed this. Like we talked earlier about like making Storm have it, and I just should have done the same thing here. Yeah. Yep, just feel real bad. Now I can't hold this up. Force, yep. Oh, I just get to do this, right? Oh, wait, this is really funny. Unearth you. Snapcaster, target Unearth. Unearth you. It's the little things. It's the little things. They had a land here, we're actually kind of in trouble. They have 3 Mistral Griffins they can play. Sure. I do this, or do I just do this? I just offer the trade here. Maybe I'm supposed to ship with everything and just like nug them for 5 and let them eat a Snapcaster Mage. No trade, bold, I like it. It is trade. Full mukbang. Because I want to hold force up this turn. I really wanted to hold force up that turn. I think that's reasonable. Draw 1 lightning bolt. Nope. Ship with the squad. And then when he blocks here, I can K command, kill this, get back Snapcaster Mage. That works too. So I can play this now and pass the turn. No, I'm just going to get back. Huh. Yeah, I'm just going to replay Leo, right? Tap this right. Figure out what land I have left to get. I think I have a Volk. This. I probably should have gotten another red, whatever. I'm just gonna deal 2 damage, right? Return this, shock you. And we'll replay the Leovold here. They have 3 cards in their hands, just like taking them off at 2 points out is probably better. No damnation? Walking Ballistas lets us draw 2 cards, but it doesn't mean they're not dead on board. I get to block here and then shoot both of these. Cast my Brainstorm because I can do that. We're gonna draw both of those cards anyways here. Maybe I should have attacked first, actually. Well, I guess I could have just hit a removal spell and then killed them. We'll draw the land and the Deathrite Shaman from the 2 Leovold triggers here. And we'll play the land, play the Deathrite Shaman. And still be holding Force of Will up, so that should be the game. Finishes League 4-1. It's actually really good. We got lost to Storm in the first match. A little bit of bad beats for that to happen, but matchup doesn't feel unwinnable. I feel like I'd like a 4th Force in the 75. Could see it being in the board being perfectly fine. Sure. Look at your top 3 and shuffle because you're not drawing. Hello, Leovold. We're playing more Legacy. Not sure. Opponent has conceded. Sweet. Good stuff. Collect some fun bucks back up here. Get some play points. Yeah, this deck seems fine. I know I've been pretty vocal about feeling this archetype is just like a bad Grixis Delver deck. And I think you're definitely worse in some of the faster combo matchups. So like in a diverse field, this is probably slightly worse than Delver in a few of the matches that you really care about. But honestly, it's just so much fun to play. I really like registering 4 Snapcaster Mages. This is just like a fun Magic card. Like there's a reason why I played so much Jeskai Control in Modern. Just like Snapcaster Unearth is also pretty hilarious. I think some of the details in here, like this Dead Gone, seemed like, I don't know why this is here. I think I'd probably get a 4th force in here. I don't know if this mix of extra counters is right, but I like having this many extra counters on the board. Seems sweet. But yeah, if you're looking for a 4-color control variant in Legacy, this definitely seems like a very reasonable configuration. Probably just like play another Bolt over this. Maybe cut one of these 5 for the extra force.